are going to be learning about comparative and superlative adverbs, extremely similar to comparative and superlative adjectives. I'll write a few more notes on the board, so don't just look and think that you already know everything. There's a slight difference. So, beginning here in the middle, like comparative adjectives, comparative adverbs compare two actions. And then same with the superlative adverbs, they like the comparative and superlative adjectives, specifically superlative in this part, they compare three or more actions. So there is a difference, whereas the adjectives we're comparing nouns, we're comparing actions here. So, a few examples and then we'll talk about some specific rules. Kate answered her mother more cheerfully than her sister. Key word that we know is going to show that it's a comparative adverb, the word more. So, more or ER or less. Another example, Dad rises earlier in the summer to go fishing. Earlier, ending in ER, pointing us to our rule, comparing two actions. Rises earlier in the summer to go fishing as compared to, let's say, the fall. Okay? Very good so far. All right, moving over to superlative. So, comparing three or more actions, it's going to use one of three things, either most, ending in EST, or if it's negative, least. There we go. So, Allie behaved most cautiously of any of the gymnasts. So, the word most is what tells us superlative. So, extremely similar to adjectives, just comparing not a noun. It's comparing the action. So, her behavior was most cautious. So, it's talking about the action. Short adverbs are formed using ER for comparatives and EST for superlatives, just like with the adjectives that we talked about yesterday. For superlatives, long adverbs for same, again with the long adjectives, use more or most. And if it's in a negative sense, a negative comparison to new words that we didn't use for adjectives, less for comparative and least for superlative. I'm actually gonna there we go. So, the moon shone more brightly tonight than last night. Comparative. Comparing how bright the moon was shining over the last 2 nights, so 2 actions. And then here's a negative one for you. He answered less truthfully than her. Less truthfully. So, less tells us comparative again. To make it superlative, we could say he answered least truthfully out of all of the students. That's comparing several students, definitely 3 or more. So, that's how you would make it superlative. So, new introduction is less and least. So, less for comparative and least for the superlative. And then lastly over here, some comparative and superlative adverbs do not follow these patterns of either adding ER, EST, or using more, most, or least, or less. Less or least, pardon me. So, they're called irregular. I've got 2 examples here, so well would be our word, and then the comparative becomes better, and then the superlative best. Like, she's a better friend than Kate. That's a comparative action. Or she's the best friend out of any of Kate's friends. That would be the superlative. And then badly, worst. So badly is just our adverb that we have. Remember, bad, then you add ly, becomes an adverb. So the comparative form is worse. She acted worse on Saturday than she did on Sunday. Or for the superlative, she was the worst behaved out of all of the children in the room. So that would be the superlative. Okay. Any questions about it? Show me where you're at. some examples help in your assignment? Okay. So, in your assignment today, it's a little bit different than what it normally is. It's not multiple choice. You are actually typing a response. But if you're worried about that, what you can do is highlight the word or the two words that you would be retyping and paste it. So highlight it, Control C is the keystroke, that's going to copy it, and then into the answer section, Control V for paste. All right? And then again, if you're watching on YouTube right now, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email or send me a message through Google Classroom. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.